Is worshipping in the commune related to meditation? Why don't we have any meditation time separate from worshipping?
It has been one of the most dangerous idea down the centuries that life can be divided into separate parts. Life is indivisible. It is an organic whole. The moment you divide it, you kill it. This is one of the most fundamental things in my approach towards life. I take it as whole. And remember, the whole is more than the sum total of its parts. In the world of machines, the whole is exactly the sum total of its parts. There is nothing more in it. A clock is nothing more than all its parts put in a particular arrangement. It functions. Take the parts apart, the functioning disappears. But you can put the parts again together and the functioning appears again. The functioning of the mechanism is not something separate. Life is totally different from a machine. You cut a man in different parts. Life will disappear. Now you cannot put those parts together. And even if you manage somehow to put those parts together, life is not going to appear again. It categorically proves one thing, that life is not the sum total of its parts. It is something more. It is something plus. And that plus is the real essence of your being. But down the ages, all the religions have been doing a crime. The crime of dividing the indivisible. But it was favorable for them. A divided man is a dead man. And to control the dead is the easiest thing in the world. An undivided man is an individual, and that's exactly the meaning of the word individual, indivisible. The individual is dangerous. He is alive. You cannot enslave him. You cannot oppress him. You cannot exploit him. You cannot do anything against his wish. His individuality gives him freedom to think, to express, to be. Divisions can be done in very subtle ways. For example, religion should be separate from the state. What kind of stupidity is this? If religion is something real, something that vibrates in your being, something that you breathe, live, then wherever you are, in the church, in the office, in the marketplace, it does not matter. Religion is your very breathing. It is going to be with you. And it is going to decide every step that you take, every word that you utter, every gesture that you make. How can you divide religion from art? A religious man painting is not in any way separate from his religious being. While painting, he is going to paint religion. Whatever he paints is going to be colored by his religion. The way he lives, the way he loves, the way he dances, all is going to be in his painting. The painting of a religious man, whatsoever the subject matter of the painting, will have some fragrance of religion in it. It is inevitable. There is no way to avoid it. Sometimes you may not be able to see because things are very subtle. A man of meditation, silence, serenity is going to have a different kind of dance than a man who is in anguish, tension, worry, despair. A man who is living his life totally, intensely, moment to moment, and a man who is thinking of committing suicide. Both can dance, but their dances will have different qualities. The person who is thinking to commit suicide, his dance will have the shadow of death in it. It will stink of death, of a dead body. His movements will not be movements of life. The other man who loves and lives totally and has a silent space within himself. That's what I call meditation. His dance will also have a silence surrounding it. His movements, his gestures will have a grace, a beauty, a fragrance of its own. You cannot divide man into parts. Your question is, here in our commune, there is no separate time for meditation. It is our basic approach. We cannot have a separate time for meditation. Meditation should be spread all over your life. Eating, sleeping, taking a bath, or just having a walk, or just sitting doing nothing. Meditation should be in all these actions, inactions, activities, no activities. The thread of meditation should continue. Underground, whatever you are working, a great master, non-in, was chopping wood. The emperor of the country has come to see. He has heard so much about non-in that finally he could not resist the temptation to go and see the man. And just as he entered the monastery, near the gate was this man perspiring in hot sun, chopping wood. Naturally, he thought that this man must be able to direct me where I can find the master, because it was a vast monastery 500 monks living in it. So he asked none in himself that please forgive me for interrupting you. You are so absorbed in chopping wood. You have not even seen that I have been here standing for a few minutes waiting. But then I thought it is better to interrupt you because you are not going to see me on your own account. The man said, I am sorry, but this is how my life is. Whatever I am doing it totally. Nothing of me remains to do anything else. Chopping wood, I am simply chopping wood. There is nobody else than the chopper of wood. So no need to be embarrassed. What do you want? He said, I want to see the master Nanin. Nanin said, you go directly in that hut and wait. The master will be coming soon. He went and waited there. Nanin took a shower, put on his master's robe, came in from the back door. But the king was very much puzzled because both the men looked so alike. It is almost an impossibility. There are never two men alike in the whole world. And just in this monastery, within few hundred yards, I have seen a man exactly like this man. And Nanin said, you wanted to see Master Nanin. Master Nanin is now here. He said, that I will inquire later on. First I want to know about who is chopping wood on the gate. Nanin laughed. He said, at that time I was a chopper of wood. Now I am going to chop your head. Now I am a master. And we live each moment, moment to moment. But we are indivisible. The chopper was also Master Nanin. If you had eyes, you could have seen my involvement with the movement, my totality of action, my intensity of being. If you had eyes, you could have seen there. You would not have asked about Master Nanin. You had already met him, but you don't know. Now, I am a chopper of heads. That's the function of a master. To make you so egoless, to make you so thoughtless, that you are almost without head, just the heart pulsating with love, with compassion. Have you come to ask only some question? Are you really a seeker? Are you ready to lose something? The king was just confused, shocked, even afraid of the man. He had never been afraid of anybody, but this man was simply crazy. He's talking of chopping his head. The king said, "You have confused me too much, and I am almost falling apart. Please forgive me this time. I will come next time, because I have forgotten for what I had come." Nanin said, "You need not come again. I am going to come, and I will follow you wherever you go. Now you cannot escape, because I can see something really authentic in you. Yes, it is unconscious. You are not aware of it. Much garbage is hiding it. You think you are a king. Even sitting before me, you are still thinking you are a king. This is garbage. You are just a beggar. And the beggar that I am is really a king." The king said, "I don't understand all these puzzles. Please talk to me without puzzling me." Nanin said, "There is no puzzle in it. It is simple. I am a king because I don't need anything in the world. You are a beggar, although you have a big empire, but your desires are unending. You are desiring for more and for more and for more. The mind that goes on desiring for more is the mind of a beggar. And the consciousness that is content with itself as it is, utterly content, is the consciousness of an emperor." "It's strange," he said. "You think you are a king, and you look at me as a beggar. The reality is just the opposite. Go back. I will be coming to visit you." And Nanin followed the king continuously till he made him aware of his innermost treasure. It is dangerous to go to a master, because then escape is almost impossible. Wherever you go, even if you go to Santa Fe, I am there. Nothing can save you. Once a master has seen within you, a heart that can grow, that can expand, that can become universal, he is not going to leave you. I don't need to go to Santa Fe. I have my own ways, far more subtler than non-ins. I am continuously there. They are only talking about me. They cannot talk about anything else. Whom they are befooling. Whether you talk for me or against me does not matter. Just go on continuing talking about me. That's enough. That is going to change you. Here, in the commune, whatever you are doing, we call here work worship. For the simple reason, because work is not just work, it is meditation also. That's why we call it worship. Otherwise, we don't have any God to worship. We have only this existence around us. So you can worship it as a gardener, you can worship it as a farmer, you can worship it as a road maker, you can worship any way you choose to be. But whatever you are doing with existence. So the question is, if you are doing it lovingly, if you are doing it meditatively, while you are doing it, you are nowhere else. You are just there with all of your being. Nothing is missing. Work becomes worship. Work becomes worship because meditation has entered into it. But I can understand your question, because all the religions have preached that there should be a separate time for meditation. That is just idiotic. It is as if somebody is saying there should be a separate time for breathing. That 1 hour in the morning you breathe and then forget about it. For 23 hours, do other things. You need not be disturbed by breathing. You can do other things. Breathing continues. 1,001 things continue in your body. The blood goes on circulating, the pulse goes on functioning, the heart goes on beating. Scientists say the body of man is perhaps the greatest miracle in existence, because so much is going on in it. Almost 7 million living cells are continuously working within you. You are the biggest city in the world. Seven million living beings are living in you. And they are doing all kinds of work and doing it so perfectly. And without any guidance, without any education, without any training, without anybody being the overseer. I mean the God's overseer. You may go on doing anything. Your organic processes continue. To me, meditation is an organic process. To other religions, it was not. Hence, all those religions have failed. They were bound to fail. It is not an accident, it was destined. Their very base was wrong. What they called meditation was nothing but some kind of thinking. The Christian was thinking of Christ, praying to God with folded hands, kneeling down. Neither he knows that God exists or not, nor he knows that Jesus Christ is really a Messiah or just a charlatan. He knows nothing, but out of fear, out of misery, out of anguish, he is praying. And this Christianity calls meditation. And what he is asking God, he is asking all those things which he is missing here in this life, which he cannot manage to create here for himself. He is asking God, at least in the other life, give me. I have suffered enough. He is asking, in fact, deep down it is a complaint. All prayers are complaints. Otherwise, what have you got to pray if there is no complaint? Every prayer simply means you are condemning God. You are saying you are doing wrong. Please do it this way. Even Jesus on the cross condemns God when he says, have you forsaken me? What does he mean? One thing is certain, he means that he knows better than God. He knows that God has gone somewhere wrong. He is angry, he is complaining, he wants God to do the miracle, to prove to the world that he is his only begotten Son, that he has been sent by him. He is his messenger, and he has sent him for the whole world's salvation. But from the sky no voice comes. On the clouds no angels appear with their harps playing Alleluia. No sign of God anywhere. In anger he shouts, "Have you forsaken me?" He is saying, "Have you betrayed me? Have you gone against your word?" You have left me in this helpless situation, and I believed in you. This is the moment to prove that God is love. This is the moment to prove that God comes to save those who trust in him. But nobody comes. All prayers are complaints. All prayers are saying to God that we know better than you are doing. One man came to me. His wife was dying. He was a very religious man. Every day from 3 o'clock in the morning up to 7, 4 hours, he was doing all kinds of crazy things. He had so many gods. In India, they are not so miserly about gods. About everything else they are poor, but about gods they are the richest people in the world. 33 million gods. So everybody who is really religious has a whole room. 33 million, of course you cannot. But few representative, the topmost, the big shots, you can keep around. This man had at least 60. Now 60 guards. Only 4 hours. You can see it was not much time. He was in such a hurry. Doing prayer to this God and rushing to another and rushing to another and looking at the watch continuously, because in 4 hours he has to finish, and the fear that if he leaves any God and the God becomes angry. Such a religious man and his wife was dying, and the doctors were not able to do anything. They simply said that she has lost the will to live. Deep down, she does not want to live. Hence, no medicine is being effective. Unless you have a will to live, you lose resistance. You really want to die. Just medicines cannot do much unless a great support from your will is there. So he came to me one day and said, what should I do? I do 4-hour prayers my whole life, and still my wife is dying, and out of those 60, not a single one is helping. And I cry and weep. I said, please answer me one question. Do you think yourself more intelligent than God? He said, no. How can I think myself more intelligent than God? Then I said, if God wants your wife to be freed from the body, you should be happy. You should be thankful. But your prayer is against God's will. Those 60 gods that you have cannot help you in any way. You are not a religious man at all. He said, I do prayer 4 hours every day for years. You can do 24 hours. That too will not make any change. Because your whole attitude is wrong. You are demanding from existence. You are not surrendering to existence. Meditation is a surrender. It is not a demand. It is not forcing existence your way. It is relaxing yourself the way existence wants you to be. It is a let go. But all the religions have been doing prayers in the name of meditation. And what kind of stupid prayers? In fact, any prayer that a man can do is going to be stupid. Don't let my wife die. Do you think it is something very intelligent? If that dodo was a little bit intelligent, God was making him free. And he is praying against his own freedom. But if you look in scriptures, you will be surprised what kind of prayers in the Vedas, the most holy scriptures of the Hindus. The great seers, I cannot even conceive that how for centuries those people have been called great seers. They should be called the great blind men. Seers. They are praying to God that please increase the milk of my cow. Decrease the milk of the cow of my enemy, my neighbor. That this time let rains fall only on my field. Great seers, great saints and sages, and these are their prayers. But what else you can ask? The Christian asks, give me my daily bread. Don't you have anything else to ask? Can't you produce your daily bread even? Even that has to be provided by God. So what you are doing here? Even your daily bread is not to be created by you. Poor God, just by providing daily bread to all these millions of Christians for centuries, must have gone bankrupt. Nobody ever thinks of God. Just seeing his misery and anguish, I declared that there is no God. Just in a single blow, I finished all his misery, all his trouble, all his anguish. Past, present, future, everything, I make it completely clean. Now, let everybody produce his own daily bread. And if you have some intelligence, a little butter will also do. But don't torture God anymore. He is not there. He has never been there. Why you should keep a separate time for meditation? It is based on the idea of the separation of sacred and the profane. But in life there is no separation in the sacred and the profane. Life is one. So totally one that something you can call sacred if you want, you can call profane if you want. Christians call sex sin, and Tantra, a great Eastern philosophy, calls sex sacred. The most significant life energy. Because all transformation is going to happen through that energy. Don't condemn it. There are people who are condemning sex continuously in every possible way. Anything you can take. There are Zen people in the East who say that even sipping a cup of tea in the morning can be something sacred. And they have made it sacred. If you have seen in a Zen monastery, they have a small temple for tea ceremonies. And when anybody goes to tea ceremony, he enters into a sacred space. He leaves his shoes outside. There are special wooden sandals provided inside. Everybody is silent because the samovar is boiling the tea and a beautiful music is coming out of it. It has to be listened. People sit on their knees just the way they sit in the temple, around the samovar. They all listen silently to the boiling noise of the tea, and they smell the fresh and rejuvenating fragrance of the tea. And there falls absolute silence on them. Then the chief, who is mostly a woman, she comes and in a very sacred manner she provides cups and saucers, which are all handmade. In a Zen monastery, they don't use cups and saucers purchased in the market because they are produced inhumanly, mechanically, for nobody particular. They are just for the market. In the Zen monastery, they make their own cups, their own saucers, with love. With meditation. Something of their love and meditation certainly enters into their cups and saucers and pots. And the way the woman places them before you, she places as if she is placing a god. Christians don't even know how to put Jesus' statue from one place to another. Then she pours the tea. Just the sound of the tea being poured is listened, no talk at all. And then people start sipping tea, enjoying it, forgetting the whole world. Just sipping tea has become sacred. It depends on you. There is nothing profane in the world, nothing is sacred in the world. World is neutral. Now it depends on you what you want to make of it. Meditation makes it sacred. Then every act becomes meditative. I am reminded of a butcher in Japan who was considered to be a great master. And he was a butcher. The whole day cutting animals and selling meat, that was his business. One Buddhist scholar could not believe his eyes that this man is thought to be a saint. He was simply a scholar. He went to the butcher, he said, "This is something absolutely mad. Who are the people who think that you are a saint? How a butcher can be a saint?" The butcher laughed. He said, "Just by mixing meditation in your butchery. When I am cutting an animal, I am not angry, I am not hateful. I am full of love. I am full of compassion. I am with great hope that next time he is going to be born in a human form. Perhaps he will become a Buddha." With all my blessings, I am sending him into a new journey, releasing him from this prison. And moreover, my father was a butcher, my forefathers were butchers, and I am a poor butcher. I have never told anybody that I am a saint. If people think, that is their business. You should go and argue with them. As far as I am concerned, I am absolutely content with my profession. Because whatever you do, the question is not what you are doing, but how you are doing. The question is not the act. The question is the consciousness in which the act is being performed. Yes, I am killing animals. But I know that they will be killed anyway. If I am not killing, somebody else will kill. And he will not kill them with such love, with such compassion. How can I leave this profession? These animals are going to be killed. if I don't kill them, somebody else will kill them. And he is not going to kill them with such meditation, with such love. So I am leaving these poor animals in the hands of some butcher. I cannot do that. If for being a butcher, I am going to be thrown into hell, that is acceptable. But I cannot leave these poor innocent animals into somebody's hand who knows nothing of love. Can you see the point of this butcher? It is very subtle. He is ready to suffer in hell if that's what is going to be the consequence of his actions. But he cannot leave these poor animals into somebody's hands who will simply kill them. Without ever bothering what he is doing. He said, I am so much concerned with these animals. And I love them so much. I cannot leave them into somebody else's hands. Whatsoever happens to me, that I am ready to face. I can see why the people who could understand called him a master, a saint. He never gave a sermon. He never preached anything. He was illiterate. He knew nothing of the scriptures. But he lived a religion in a very irreligious situation. And that's something tremendously important. He lived religion into something which is very irreligious. And yet he managed to live religiously. He must have been a great alchemist who transformed the whole act, gave it a new quality. Something utterly profane and ugly became so beautiful, so graceful. It is said that his fame spread far and wide, and people started coming to see him while he was cutting animals. Even the Emperor of Japan came to see him while he was cutting, because he heard that the way he cuts, nobody has ever cut. Such grace, such love, tears flowing from his eyes. And the miracle was that human beings were not able to understand, but perhaps the animals were able to understand. Because ordinarily when you want to kill the animal, he tries to escape. But from this butcher, no animal tried to escape. He hugged the animal. The animal was not bounded by anything, tied with anything. He was completely free, as if deep down he wanted to die with this man's hand. And the king asked one thing about his knife that he used to kill the animals. The knife looked so shiny, as if it has been sharpened just now. The king asked, "Do you sharpen your knife every day?" He said, "No, this is the knife my father used, and his father used, and this has never been sharpened." But we exactly know the points where it has to cut the animal, so there is minimum of pain possible. Between joints where two bones meet, the knife has to go between the joints, and those two bones that are meeting there, they go on sharpening the knife. And that is the point where the animal is going to feel the minimum pain. For 3 generations we have not sharpened the knife. A butcher sharpening a knife simply means he does not know his art. He used the word art. He does not know the art, and he does not know how to do it lovingly. My commune is 24 hours in meditation. Whatever you are doing or not doing is immaterial. Just be loving, be alert. Do it with joy, whatever you are doing. Do it as if this is the greatest thing in the world at this juncture of time. It may be just cutting the grass, watering the roads. It may be anything, washing the floor. Do it as if the whole existence depends on what you are doing. It is indispensable. Without it, the whole universe will collapse. When you do anything with such intensity, with such love, with such respect, that without it the whole universe will collapse, then there is no need to have a separate time for meditation. And those who are doing meditations as separate from life are simply deceiving themselves and nobody else. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi teaches his people, do transcendental meditation 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening, and that's enough. And what is his transcendental meditation? Just repeat any stupid name. Go on repeating Rama, Rama, Rama. That is a Hindu name. Or Ave Maria, Ave Maria, Ave Maria. Any. In fact, your own name will do. Just go on repeating it. Repeat as fast as possible. Because that's the whole secret of the technique. If for 10 minutes you go on repeating a single word continuously fast enough, you auto-hypnotize yourself. Just after 4-5 minutes, you start falling into a deliberate kind of a sleep, which is called hypnosis. Yes, after 10 minutes you will feel good. You will feel fresh. You will feel relaxed. So nothing is wrong in it, but it is not meditation. It is just a way of resting, having a good nap. You can do it. But remember, it has nothing to do with meditation. It is perfectly good, healthy, psychologically, physically, relaxing. But that's all it is. It is nothing to do with transcendence. It is not transcendental at all. It is not going to take you into your innermost being. It is not going to take you into some higher state of consciousness. It is not going to take you anywhere. After 10 minutes, you will be back where you were. You will remain the same person. You will not be transformed by it. And unless something transforms you, it is not meditation. Something that makes you a new being, a new man, a new consciousness, which knows no fear, which knows no greed, which knows no hate, which knows nothing of those dark emotions, sentiments, ugly, sick, nauseating. A new consciousness which knows only that which uplifts you, that which goes on uplifting you. There is no end to it. Meditation brings you to a stage where you are above the stars, bigger than the whole universe. that experience is what I call transformation, illumination, enlightenment. So don't be worried that there are not separate times for you to meditate. It is not an oversight. It is done with full consideration. I don't want to give you the impression that meditation can be done separate from your life and its work.